Another Ridley Scott film that probably isn't going to do well financially. If the cast is anything to go by, the budget on this thing is probably ridiculous. I actually should check that when I get home what the budget on this is. House of Gucci, another Ridley Scott film. He actually had 2 films this year, and both were pretty good. This telling the real life story of the Gucci family. Oh God, I'm already forgetting the names. Patricia Gucci, who married into the Gucci family. Mauricio, not Maurice, not Mauricio. Mauricio? Anyway, the Adam Driver character. God, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. The cast, though, holy crap. I knew about Adam Driver. I knew about Al Pacino. Obviously, I knew about Lady Gaga. I knew about Jared Leto, but knowing they played Pablo, I think he was. I'm like, it took me several times seeing this character to remember, oh yeah, that's Jared Leto. Holy hell, the makeup on that guy. But then there's also Jeremy Irons is in there. He plays the father of Adam Driver, like the other Gucci. Salma Hayek is in there. Like seriously, like the cast on this thing is nuts. Is detailing the story and life of the Gucci family, leading basically to their tragic end, more or less. And I didn't know this part of the story because I don't follow fashion at all, or in my history, admittedly, isn't that good. Excuse me. But she had him killed. She had her ex-husband killed, and she did not get away with it. No, she was sentenced. In fact, if she's still alive, she's actually, based on the sentence she got, she's still in prison to this day, assuming she's still alive, which I think she is. They didn't mention she died in prison at the end. That being said, 28 years. Oh God, was this 95 or 93? Somewhere in the early mid 90s. Actually, she's getting close to getting out of prison. Actually, if she's still alive, assuming that she hasn't done anything to extend her sentence. But it's a well-told tale up to a point. I loved all the performances. Again, like King Richard, we're going to be seeing some Oscar nominations, I think, coming out of this. I think Adam Driver may be up for an award, a lead actor award, and any one of the cast could be up for supporting roles. And I think Lady Gaga might be a front runner, not maybe the front runner to win it, but definitely to get nominated. Lady Gaga is surprisingly a good actress. Like, I am shocked by that. Not shocked's not the right term. I had seen some of her other acting before, and it was not the best. So when the Bradley Cooper. Why am I blanking on the name of that remake? It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna give myself about 15 more seconds. I'll just move on. I was like, okay. Star is Born. That was what it is. Star is Born. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I see Star is Born, but this is like a role she might be able to sink her teeth in. And lo and behold, she got a Best Actress nomination for that, if I'm not mistaken. She didn't win it, but she got the nomination. This is another one where it's like, oh no, holy shit, she is a good actress. But yeah, it's not just her. Adam Driver's great. I love Al Pacino in anything, and Jeremy Irons in anything, and they're really fun. But also like in moments where, you know, the real grit of the story has to happen, it's they are very good in there. But Jared Leto, man, Jared Leto kind of steals the show whenever he's on screen. Because any real laugh in the movie is coming out of him. It's not all just dour and drama and all that. There is some laughs in there, certainly. Particularly as some of his one-liners. But where this movie, I think, works is the telling of the story of how they met. Patricia, and Marquis, anyway, him, Adam Driver and Lady Gaga, how they met, how they got married, how they started, and as she wanted more power, because she was very, you know, she was very driven and, you know, desiring of power, how really, when you look at it, yeah, especially from the story, however much of this is true leading up to the actual event, that was true. If you're going by the story in the movie, she is kind of the cause of her marriage falling apart to some degree. And if she was serious about what, like, the trying to get him back, he is also at fault too. But she drove him to the point where she was the one who got the claws in, as I believe as his dad said, and manipulate him. And he was not dumb. He's not a stupid character thing. So he's actually aware of what she is in essence kind of doing to him, and aware of what she's doing to the family and their company, and this affects him. So while he is ultimately, you know, kind of a cold person towards her after their divorce, and like leading up to the divorce, a distant kind of individual, you know, leading up to that, she kind of is she's her own worst enemy. She was her own worst enemy apparently as a person. And everything leading up to about maybe 15 minutes before that scene where it's revealed they're getting a divorce is pretty riveting. It is pretty riveting. Now, that said, I can't remember the length of this movie. It's well over 2 hours. I just got out. It was like 9:45 I got out. Let's see, I went in there at 6:45. Got your standard 20 minutes of trailers roughly. So the movie then started around 7:05, 7:10. So you're looking at a film that is roughly 2.5 hours long. It felt that. The final third of this movie, I wouldn't even say third, I'd say the final quarter of this movie, I've heard people say it drags. Oh yeah, it drags. It felt so slow. It really did, like, okay, pick it up. You felt the length of this movie, and that's not necessarily a good. Sometimes you can feel length and it's a good thing. Other times you can, and you're like, oh, they're really good at their performances, so that helps get you through it. But woo, that was a bit of a sit. As I said too earlier, it's like, hey, another really Scott villain's probably not going to get his money back. It's probably not going to make his money back. Because for some reason, Ridley Scott has it in his head that, you know, he just wants the money to make what he wants, and people will go and see it. And, you know, $100 million for The Last Duel. I'm sorry, you spent $100 million on The Last Duel, marketing not included. Did a hard drama period piece. What did you think was going to happen, Ridley? I mean, and yeah, I'm not going to go into whole comments he made about blaming millennials and stuff like that. You can very well find those comments. But yeah, I don't know what this is made on. It's probably not made on as much as The Last Duel, $100 million, but it's probably in the upper tens of millions. It's probably at least a 70, 80, maybe $90 million movie. I'll double check when I get home. I'll do the box office on Sunday anyway, so I'll find out. But yeah, this film is now this film does have the advantage of coming out in Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving weekend basically. So it does have that at least initial advantage. And to also be fair, this is probably a film that is going for Oscar consideration, definitely. And it'll probably get some. It is a very good movie. I don't know if I think it's one of the best movies of the year, because we still got the month of December to come. Ironically, there is no movies coming out in wide release next week, so I may just not go see a movie, or just see something I'd like to see again. Maybe Ghostbusters Afterlife, take the girlfriend, or fuck it, maybe Bond. Something. Either way. And yeah, I like the film. I do like the film, but it is not perfect. It does drag its heels a lot in the final act. But I mean, other than that, there's not much I really hated about the film. In terms of like a character, I didn't even hate Lady Gaga's character, because they did ultimately make Adam Driver's character a bit unlikable near the end. So you not felt justified for him putting a hit on him, but you felt at least you identified with the like being almost thrown away kind of thing. So I don't know. They even in her most despicable moments, they do make her likable, which I think is very important. Adam Driver as well. You know, he's doesn't always do the best things, but you feel like he was kind of molded into the person he ultimately became, rather than was always being that person. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. There's not much I can really say in it. I wanted to see the movie because it did look good. I'm sure it's Ridley Scott. Love Ridley Scott, despite his comments. And I figured it'd be an Oscar contender movie. It is probably going to be an Oscar contender movie. It's probably going to get some accolades. If nothing else, maybe for the visual effects makeup they did on Jared Leto. Like, holy crap! Like the actual physical makeup on him was insane. So yeah, that's all I really got. We did get a couple trailers that I haven't seen in theaters. I've seen the trailer for Cyrano. Cyrano, that's like, I mean, I don't have any like deformity, but I think we can all identify with Cyrano at some point in our lives, where you've maybe had a feelings or attraction for someone, but they didn't see you in that light. They saw you as that friend, and but you love them, and it hurts that they're never going to see you that way, and so you feel like you can only love them from afar, and watch them be and make sure they will be happy. I think like we've all been there before. Some of you probably right now, maybe, or maybe not, maybe in the past, or maybe you will in the future. I think we all are there at some point in our lives. Most of us, maybe not all of us, but most of us. And look, it's a musical. It's freaking Peter Dinklage. I love Peter Dinklage. He's also, they're all. I like the twist that it's not that he's got a giant nose, that he's small. He's a dwarf, and it's societally speaking that people wouldn't accept them together. Like, I like the change in that, and I just think it looks like a really cool movie. It looks like a really good movie, actually. Got the Scream trailer. I'll give them credit. They've made Ghostface actually at least intimidating, somewhat. Anything else? I feel like I got another trailer that I was surprised to get. Like, I didn't recognize the trailer. Hell, and I can't remember it. I know I walked in at the end of the Matrix trailer, but I've seen that plenty of times. I know there was a few other trailers, and I'm not remembering. Oh, The Journal for Jordan. It's based off a real story. Okay, sure, why not? We'll see what happens Christmas. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Besides who would win going up on Friday, I got nothing for Friday. So I'm probably going to pre-record my who would win and what if for Saturday, and then I'm done for the night. I think I'm just going to take a night in for a change. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Actually, I think the bell's down there, isn't it? Well, no. Is the bell down there? I think the bell's down there. I should know. I've clicked the bell on several of the channels I'm subscribed to. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you folks later. Happy Thanksgiving. See you for Christmas. Later.